A Twitch ban is usually a major event when it happens once.
I'm friends with Emmy. I'm friends with Emily. You know what I mean? I'm friends with a lot of different people on that org.
But when it happens again, and when it happens after multiple clips resurface,
What the fuck? Would you always have a whip on?
and when it happens within days of a previous suspension, it becomes something bigger than creator drama. Streamer and TikToker Nina Lin has been banned from Twitch a second time, following renewed backlash and multiple viral videos that began circulating across X, TikTok, YouTube, and Reddit. Her channel went offline again shortly after a prior suspension involving FaZe Silky's assistant, Said, and fellow streamer, Zoe Spencer. What began as a single resurfaced clip turned into a full-scale timeline. Bans, unbans, apologies, creator reactions, and brand-level scrutiny. And the moment Twitch reinstated Nina Lin after her first ban, the community immediately asked one question: how seriously does moderation work if a creator can be suspended, unbanned quickly, and then suspended again for behavior that appears connected to earlier concerns? This is where Nina's story becomes bigger than one stream. It becomes a case study for how modern platforms handle boundaries, viewer expectations, and accountability in an era where live streaming leaves no editing room. What really happened with Said and Zoe? The timeline begins in 2024, when Nina Lin appeared on an in-real-life stream with Zoe Spencer and FaZe Silky's assistant, Said. That clip resurfaced in late 2025, spreading widely across social platforms. In the footage, viewers later pointed out several moments where Said appeared uncomfortable, tried to step away from the interaction, and repeatedly adjusted his body language. People off camera could be heard reacting, with some voices expressing concern. When the clip re-emerged a year later, it gained renewed traction because viewers felt they had more context than they did at the time of the original stream. The audience interpreted Said's body language and attempted movements as signs that he did not wish to continue the segment. Said later posted online, saying he felt that his experience had not been taken seriously when it first happened. That created a turning point. With both the clip and Said's comments now circulating widely, Twitch took action. Nina Lin and Zoe Spencer were suspended, and both channels displayed the standard notice that they were temporarily unavailable due to a violation of Twitch's community guidelines or terms of service. For a brief moment, many viewers believed this was the end of the situation. A ban had been issued. The platform had responded. The clip was being acknowledged. But the moment the ban ended, the public reaction shifted. Unban, backlash, and new viral clips. The first major spark of renewed criticism came when Twitch lifted the suspensions shortly after issuing them. For many viewers, the speed of the unban raised concerns. Across Reddit, X, and gaming forums, commenters questioned whether a fast reversal truly reflected the seriousness of the original complaints. Some argued that if a clip was significant enough to justify a ban, the suspension should not be short enough to create the impression that the issue was already resolved. Before the discourse had even settled, a separate older clip began trending. This time, it involved Disguised Toast and a sponsored event. In the resurfaced video, Toast is lying on a massage table while receiving treatment from a professional therapist. Several cameras are covering the event from multiple angles. Nina Lin walks into the frame, steps in front of the therapist, and begins interacting physically with him while he is on the table. On its own, this moment could have been misinterpreted as lighthearted chaos, often seen in real-life content. But viewers contextualized it alongside the resurfaced Said clip and the rapid unban, and the tone of the public reaction shifted dramatically. Another detail influenced viewer reaction. A past moment where Nina joked that bans sometimes felt like a kind of vacation. Under normal circumstances, that might have been dismissed as humor. But in the current environment, critics cited it as evidence that temporary suspensions may not always be perceived as meaningful consequences. At this stage, the conversation was no longer about one clip or one stream. It became about patterns, platform decisions, and how quickly actions were reversed. And then the situation escalated further because Disguised Toast himself decided to speak directly to his experience. Disguised Toast speaks out. Extremely uncomfortable. Disguised Toast is one of the most respected and widely recognized creators in the gaming community. His decision to address the massage clip publicly changed the trajectory of this entire story. In a detailed written statement and follow-up comments, Toast explained the context of the sponsored event. According to him, he had never met Nina Lin prior to that moment. He was receiving a standard massage from the professional therapist. Multiple cameras and creators were around him. Nina's unexpected interaction made him feel extremely uncomfortable. He felt pressured not to speak up or escalate the situation during the live event. He later regretted not asserting himself in the moment. Toast emphasized that he did not want the situation to be misrepresented. Instead, he wanted to be honest about how he felt, especially because many viewers had asked him why he remained passive while the cameras were rolling. This was the turning point for the creator community. Not because Toast accused anyone of malicious intent, but because his experience highlighted something critical. Viewers often forget how difficult it can be for someone to speak up for themselves during a live stream, especially during a sponsored activation with dozens of people watching. The situation now had three elements: a resurfaced clip involving Side, a sponsored event clip involving Toast, a quick unban that raised questions about Twitch's consistency. Following Toast's statement, Twitch acted again. Nina Lin's channel was banned a second time, displaying the same enforcement notice as before. This second ban was not just about one clip. It was a reaction to a broader conversation, one that was now being shaped by major creators and large sections of the community. Asmongold, Valkyrae, and the community turn on Twitch. After the second ban, the discussion moved from Nina herself to Twitch's moderation policies. Large creators, including Asmongold, criticized the platform's handling of the situation. They questioned why the initial ban was so brief and why enforcement sometimes seems inconsistent across different streamers and different incidents. Many creators emphasized the importance of clear guidelines. If a clip is serious enough to suspend someone, they argued, the response should be consistent and clear enough that both creators and viewers understand the reasoning. Meanwhile, Nina Lin posted a live-streamed apology addressing the incident with Saeed. She said she believed at the time that the group was joking and interacting casually, but after watching the footage again, she acknowledged that it was clear he was uncomfortable. She took responsibility for that misjudgment and expressed regret. As of the latest reporting, Nina has not issued a detailed response specifically addressing Disguised Toast's written account. That absence has kept the conversation alive. For many creators, the core issue is not whether someone intended harm, but whether live streamers have an obligation to notice when someone on camera may feel uneasy, and how platforms should respond when lines appear to blur. This is where the story stops being about one creator and becomes a broader reflection of the live streaming ecosystem. The bigger problem: are bans just vacation jail now? Live streaming culture moves fast. Clips spread instantly. Opinions form quickly. Nuance often fades. The Nina Lin situation has become a focal point for a larger discussion about on-stream boundaries, viewer expectations, platform consistency, and the long-term meaning of temporary suspensions. For viewers, the most persistent question remains simple: what does accountability look like on a live streaming platform? From the outside, the timeline may appear contradictory. A clip resurfaces. Someone is banned. They are unbanned quickly. A new clip resurfaces. Another creator shares their discomfort. A second ban is issued. For Twitch, this is not just about moderating one stream. It's about trust in enforcement, trust in communication, and trust in the platform's ability to apply its rules fairly. For creators, this is a moment of reflection. Live streaming removes the buffer between impulse and action. Unexpected situations can unfold in seconds, and clips can then live online for years. The core issue is not only what happened in the footage, it's the larger system surrounding it, a system where platforms are expected to act quickly, creators are expected to be aware in real time, viewers expect transparency, and every response becomes part of a public record. The final question is not whether Nina returns to Twitch. It's whether this incident becomes a turning point in how live streaming platforms handle moments